ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯂꯤꯡꯁꯤꯟꯕꯤꯔꯤꯕ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯄꯨ ꯏꯀꯣꯛꯅꯣꯅ ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯖꯔꯤ꯫ ꯃꯥꯂꯦꯝꯒꯤ ꯃꯐꯝ ꯈꯨꯗꯤꯡꯃꯛꯇ ꯉꯁꯤ ꯗꯤꯁꯦꯝꯕꯔꯒꯤ ꯇꯥꯡ 1 ꯑꯁꯤ ꯋꯥꯔꯜꯗ AIDS ꯗꯦ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯄꯒꯤ ꯁꯔꯨꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯉꯁꯤ Manipur State Film Development Society-ꯒꯤ Palace Auditorium ꯑꯁꯤꯗ Manipur State AIDS Control Society MACS ꯅ ꯁꯤꯟꯖ-ꯂꯥꯡꯖꯗꯨꯅ ꯃꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯄꯥꯂꯟ ꯊꯧꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯒꯤ ꯁꯔꯨꯛ ꯑꯃ ꯑꯣꯏꯅ ꯄꯥꯡꯊꯣꯛꯆꯔꯤꯕ ꯊꯧꯔꯝ ꯑꯁꯤꯗ ꯃꯄꯨꯡ ꯐꯥꯍꯟꯕꯤꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯑꯃꯗꯤ ꯁꯔꯨꯛ ꯌꯥꯕꯤꯅꯕꯒꯤꯗꯃꯛꯇ ꯂꯦꯡꯕꯤꯔꯛꯂꯤꯕ ꯈ꯭ꯋꯥꯏ ꯄꯨꯝꯅꯃꯛꯄꯨ ꯑꯩꯍꯥꯛꯅ ꯊꯧꯔꯝ ꯁꯤꯟꯖ-ꯂꯥꯡꯖꯔꯤꯕꯒꯤ ꯃꯍꯨꯠ ꯁꯤꯟꯖꯔꯒ ꯑꯍꯥꯟꯕꯗ ꯇꯔꯥꯝ ꯅꯣꯛꯆꯔꯤ, ꯏꯀꯣꯛꯅꯣꯅ ꯈꯨꯔꯨꯝꯖꯔꯤ꯫ Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and a warm welcome to one and all. On behalf of the Manipur State AIDS Control Society, I, Priya Lakshmi Lampoklakpam, extend my heartfelt greetings to everyone present here for the state-level observance of World AIDS Day 2025. This year we come together under the global theme, Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response. A reminder of our collective responsibility to strengthen resilience, accelerate progress, and support every individual and community affected by HIV. So, ladies and gentlemen, may I have the honor to acknowledge our distinguished guests on the dais with us today. First of all, we have Chief guest of our today's function, Shri Sumant Singh, IAS, Commissioner Health and Family Welfare, Government of Manipur, and President MACS. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. And also, we have with us our guests of honor, Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, IAS, Special Secretary Health and Secretary, Science and Technology, Government of Manipur. We also welcome you, ma'am. Thank you so much for joining us. And also we have with us Shri Somorjit Salam, IAS, Special Secretary, Health, Government of Manipur. Sarvasutaram Nokchari, Kurumchari. And also we have Dr. N. Hemanta Kumar Singh, Director, Health Services, Government of Manipur. We welcome you, sir. Thank you so much for spending your precious time. And last but not the least, we have our respected president of today's function, Shri Shamim Ahmad Shah, MCS Project Director, Manipur State AIDS Control Society. We welcome you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, we are deeply honored by the presence of our distinguished guests, and now would like to take this opportune moment to honor and felicitate our respected dignitaries with a token of love and appreciation. And to do the honor, may I have the privilege to invite Dr. Haurumbam Teresa, Deputy Director, IEC and MS, MACS. First to our respected chief guest of today's function, Sri Sumant Singh, IAS, Commissioner Health and Family Welfare, Government of Manipur, and President, Manipur State AIDS Control Society. Mathangda Lingshinbiribi, Madam Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, IAS, Special Secretary Health and Secretary, Science and Technology, Government of Manipur. Mathangda Lingshin Biribekai Kumnachariba Sri Somorjit Salam, IAS, Special Secretary, Health, Government of Manipur. Nasigi Thoromasigi, guest of honor Amoina, Lingshin Biribekai Kumnachariba Sabu, Thoromasida Taramnochari Kai Kumnava Uchari. And next we have Dr. N. Hemanta Kumar Singh, Director, Health Services, Government of Manipur. And last but not the least, we have our respected president of today's function, Sri Shamim Ahmad Shah, MCS Project Director, Manipur State AIDS Control Society. Thank you very much, sir, for all your guidance and for your effort. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now have the honor to invite all our dignitaries to kindly come forward for the ceremonial lighting of the inaugural lamp, symbolizing knowledge, hope, and our commitment towards a HIV-free Manipur. Thank you very much for doing the honor. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now invite Shri Shamim Ahmad Shah, MCS Project Director, MACS and President of today's observance to deliver the welcome and keynote address.
First of December every year has been designated as World AIDS Day since 1988, when Dr. Jonathan Mann, the director of the Global Program on AIDS, now UNAIDS, recommended its first observance on 1st December 1988. Since then, the world has been observing this day, dedicating to raising awareness of the AIDS pandemic caused by the spread of HIV infection and mourning those who have died of the disease. As a part of the global observation, we, the Manipur State AIDS Control Society under the aegis of NACO, is also observing the state-level World AIDS Day here today at this very hall of Manipur State Film Development Corporation. Respected dignitaries, esteemed guests, and dear friends, a very warm welcome to today's World AIDS Day commemoration. It's a day to unite, support, and advocate for those affected by HIV/AIDS, and also to reflect on the progress, acknowledge challenges, and renew our commitment to ending the epidemic. We are honored to have Shri Sumant Singh, IAS, Commissioner Health and Family Welfare and President MACS, as the chief guest. Thank you, sir, for your valuable time and presence at this observance. I also welcome today's guest of honor, Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, IAS Special Secretary, Madam, Health and Family Welfare, Government of Manipur, Shri Somorjit Salam, IAS Special Secretary, Health and Family Welfare, and Dr. Hemanta Kumar Singh, Director, Health Services, Manipur. I also welcome the directors of RIMS, JENIMS, Health and Family Welfare, IUs, State Mission Director, National Health Mission, State Nodal Officers of various NHM programs, National AIDS and STD Control Program Directors, HODs, Chief Medical Officers, District AIDS Control Officers, government officials from various departments, MACS partners, NGOs, representative of bilateral donors, nursing students, Red Ribbon Club members, friends from the media, and ladies and gentlemen at this August gathering. This year's theme, Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response, highlights the urgent need to address global challenges such as funding crisis, disrupted prevention services, and stigma. This day is a reminder for all of us that AIDS is not over, and our fight continues. Manipur, like many parts of the world and many states in India, has been impacted by this epidemic. Manipur is still one of the high HIV prevalence states in the country with 0.87 of adult HIV prevalence. We have also seen incredible resilience and progress. HIV prevalence among the various high-risk groups in Manipur has significantly come down from the year 2003. Thanks to the bilateral partners, NGOs, including our TIs, who have been tirelessly working towards HIV AIDS in the state. The HIV prevalence among injecting drug users, alternate clinic attendees, men having sex with men, and female sex workers has significantly come down from 30.7% to 8.84%, 1.34 to 0.33%, 29.2 to 9.43%, 12.4 to 1.13% respectively. For state Manipur, the estimated number of people living with HIV is 23,463, out of which 76%, that is approximately 17,000 people, are aware of their HIV status. 6,000 plus people are estimated to be living with the virus, still unaware of their HIV status. Not knowing our HIV status is a risk. It affects not only us, but also those around us. By knowing our HIV status, we empower ourselves with choice that That the second intensive IC campaign from 12th August to 31st October 2025. During the campaign, 400 village level meetings, 1080 school level awareness, 88 college level awareness, 10 flash mobs, 10,000 door-to-door campaign, 10 special camp in government hospitals and 10 health camps and relief camps, and 104 street plays were conducted, reaching out to more than 1 lakh individuals directly. Today, let's reunite to promote awareness, prevention, and treatment. Together, let's break the stigma and misconceptions surrounding HIV testing. Let's also honor those we have lost. Stand with those living with HIV and recommit to a future where AIDS is no longer a public health threat. Today, we can make a difference. Let's pledge our unwavering support, our dedication, and our unity as we join hands with communities in the fight against HIV/AIDS. Thank you.
Thank you very much, respected Project Director, Manipur State AIDS Control Society, Shri Shamim Ahmad Shah, MCS, for your insightful and inspiring welcome and keynote remark on this very auspicious occasion. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now hear a short testimonial by a community representative. Their voice reflects resilience, courage, and the lived experience at the heart of our response to AIDS. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ornella Ngairangbam, Youth Plus representative.
Good morning and special regards to dignitary on the dais, special invitees and everyone present here. Before I begin, I humbly request your understanding and forgiveness while sharing my testimony, as this journey is deeply personal and I speak from my heart. My name is Ornella Ngairangbam and I have been living with HIV since birth. Even though I only discovered my status much later in my late teens, my father was a person who used drugs, and he acquired HIV during that period of his life. And like many parents in similar situations, he did everything he could to protect me from the truth, until he felt I was strong enough to understand it. He tried to shield me from the harshness of stigma and from people's judgment and even from my own fears. But no matter how much we try to protect ourselves and our loved one, life always brings disruption. For me, the disruption came the moment I learned about my status. At first, it felt like everything stopped. I didn't know how to accept it, where to talk to, and where to go. The biggest barrier was not the virus, but it was the self-stigma itself. The belief that I was less, and my story was something to hide. This is where today's theme becomes powerful, because overcoming disruption is not something we do alone. My transformation began when I found our community, support groups and peer networks, especially through Project Accelerate and Karosh and Cheshana. They gave me a space where I felt safe, understood and accepted. It was through these communities that I learned that living with HIV is not a limitation, but a journey of resilience. This journey is not the same for everyone. I grew up around my parents, friends who are my uncles and aunts living with HIV. But even then, I couldn't relate to them. But then, I found my community where I can relate to them as they walk the journey that I walked through, the problems that I face. We have the same similar problems. Those of us who are born with HIV grow up with it silently, shaping our childhood and identity. And those who acquire HIV later face a different kind of shock and a different disruption altogether. But these stories are not meant to divide us. They remind us that HIV response must see every person, every background, every pathway with dignity and compassion. Standing here today, I am living proof that Early disruption do not define your destiny or your identity. Silence and shame can be overcome, and with support, knowledge, and care, the HIV/AIDS response can truly transform lives. As we reflect on as we reflect on this year's theme, let us remember we overcome disruption through community. We transform the S response through compassion, understanding, and equity. On this World Day, I honor everyone living with HIV and who lost their lives to HIV/AIDS, those born with it to those who have acquired later in life, and everyone working tirelessly to create a world where living with HIV do not mean being treated differently. Thank you everyone. Kurum Jari Yaifare.
Thank you very much, Ornella Ngairambam, Youth Plus representative, for sharing your journey with honesty and strength. And would like to say it needs lots of courage to come forward in front of this much of people and crowd and to address yourself as someone who is infected with HIV. We really wish and we hope that you overcome all your hurdles and struggles, and we wish Almighty to wish you more success, more love and good health in your days to come. Thank you so much. And ladies and gentlemen, I now request Dr. N. Hemanta Singh, Director Health Services, Government of Manipur, our respected guest of honor of today's function, to address the August gathering.
Pumnamapu Kurumjari, at the very outset, our respected Shri Sumant Singh, Commissioner, Health and Family Welfare, Government of Manipur, and also the President of the MACS, and Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, Special Secretary Health and Secretary Science and Technology, Government of Manipur, Shri Somorjit Salam, Special Secretary Health, Government of Manipur, and is the guest of honors, and Shri Shamim Ahmad Shah, and CS Project Director Manipur Health Control Society, and all these directors from Janims, Family Welfare, IUS, and all these officials from the Health Department, Health Missions, Chief Medical Officers, and all the members of the community, NGOs, and dignitary invitees, and all students. It is a real privilege for me to stand before you on this very auspicious occasion of observance of State Level World AIDS Day 2025. To be remembering the beginning of the epidemic years back in 1990s. I have been associated with these diseases, the movement, treatment, diagnosis, and all the stigma throughout these decades since the beginning of that cluster of cases in the United States in 1991. And after that, the first case came to Chennai, 1996. So before that, during my early days or maybe best days at LIMS, I still remember the day we conducted a CME on AIDS. By that time, the cases were just reported, not come to India. And during those CME, people were whispering, what is the use of having this CME, that few cases, clusters may not come to India. But those whispers, it was meaningless as the case come to our Chennai, 1986, because this transmission was globally transmitted through the 4 routes. As we have been taught, we have learned that sexual transmissions, blood transfusions, ITUs, and ultimately the parent-to-child transmissions. The stigma was so strong that after the case at Chennai, everyone was used to hold this community awareness before seeing the case. That by that time, the route of transmission not only confined to those 4 routes, it was circulated that the virus secreted in the sweat, the saliva, all the body fluids. So hugging is not possible, touching is not possible. Everybody was panicked. And ultimately, some doctors, some experts used to whisper again that by virtue of such type of this spreading, without seeing the case, some other days we may reach a stage where we all are asked to propagate the message that it can be treatable, it is not transmitted through the sweats, it is not transmitted to anybody except the routes we have mentioned. Then ultimately we'll see the hoarding that HIV is treatable, AIDS is treatable. Now that is what we are seeing today. So my point is, we matamduda laygiba, yam aki bafangba, adumba case do, nasi ekoi grips in patient bangame, and all credit goes to the first of its kind. Manipur S control policy was adopted, if I remember correctly, by 1996. India Ahmad aduna ngasi ekhoina ngasi dengderiba the overcoming disruption transforming the 8 response habitat. This is the gift of the National AIDS Control Program. Aduga Manipur is the best model of its kind. Habiti ekhoina ngasi HIV is no more untreatable. It is treatable, controllable as a chronic cases, and viral can be kept below the detection level. So this is just sort of the cure. Have a from the adu matam the testimony of HIV positive life was shattered over. Because we have seen hidak kya koi piduin no harus khangdaba, resistance lakanba, compliance laitaba, social stigma, so many things, unpredictable things. Adubu, adagi treatment of matam it was so complicated that we have to depend on CD4 counts, opportunity infections, we have to wait in others. So all those things have changed a lot today. With the new research coming up and the findings suggestive that nowadays we have adopted the policy that the moment you diagnose, you are supposed to be started on ART. And ART is on the side effect like that. Aduga, when facial change of like the new fixed drug combinations. When do the average or a within 10 of pull up the bodily, the home those shape to no more visible. Nothing to treatment of hit early, when hit hard and early treatment of was no matter more. My complications of Hazana control to Wongame, and viral lot see undetectable level Thamgramina, as I patient even massage mama massage transmission to is a very successful model. The NACO, that's National AIDS Control Program in Manipur, MACS program, successful remedy. Nasi, Mifam Sigi Kunsa target of receive by 2030, ending the case of the HIV transmission era. Yes, when Pramutakin have nothing, me could test over, or me could the moment he or she was diagnosed at the earliest we partly promo treatment is start over. Aduga magi complication thing ko we ram na nungai ba sang phaba adu longevity so ai compromise tawdragani quality of life phajana lere aduga mayamda khoi hajini wobi kan to early detection tawdragadi treatment thengani complication lakani aduna mayamda shigi generous observation shigi khudong sa I appeal to all. Please come forward and get tested and get started. Adu hojikti akoina CD4 count ngaidrabani. The moment we start a very prompt treatment, and all those happen to be positive, will have a very bright life and bright future by virtue of the efficacy of our newly found 3 drug combinations. So we all can live a normal life. But until you come out of your this cocoon and get the treatment, tahukdragadi, ako'y isi problem persist only, and our future will be at stake. By 2030 da, ako'y yes, local na siya have pandam si makasi da, ako'y pocket maruin na. Now ako'y Manipur gi am nungay ba paom na all NGOs are very active, communities are well informed, aduga koi BCC behavioral change communication da quite the aina khamjaba the success of a model si koi HIV awareness ni is awareness ni aduna bu koi na sai ki ai ma MACS direct na panba tam da su koi 0.21 da yam chathi na 40% level sorry 0.4% level de significantly reduced or community participation and community awareness and ICTC integrated counseling and treatment protocols. Successful model in the interest of time, co-infection, hepatitis B, C, and HIV, TB. We some similar program integrate or pumatanda stakeholders, health department, mission directorate, MACS, coordination program, cooperation, in presence of our Sub Commissioner and played for that there should not be any this demarcation that your job, our job. Ultimately, health is the product we all wish to have together. HIV is treatable, yes, it's manageable, and we do have a very normal lifespan with the treatment, with early diagnosis, with your participation. Aduga, asa pocket maruina, male sexual partnersing, female sex workersing, breeze, trucker by 2030 we are aiming to have to end this age and see program can see please come out and pairs in the zoo. PRs groups in the Sangviraga, program manage, implement Zeriba, health staff in the Pubiraga, get the best diagnosis to the treatment. And with these few notes, I conclude my speech. Thank you once again for inviting me to this observation. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, respected Director, Health Services, Government of Manipur. Thank you, sir. Dr. N. Hemanta Singh, sir, for your valuable words and for guiding the health sector with dedication. Nasigi Palanthora Masiga Mari Lenana by 2030 the Manipur Degi Hairiba, Kilingai Wereba, Lena Si Pumut Mutatkiba, Haibadugi Matanda Serda, Isagi Weba, Apamba Singh Adumayam, the Kanaka, the Wapam Gat, Hambira Bahini Alekana, Hagacho Fondo Cherry. So ladies and gentlemen, in continuation, now is the presentation of memento to the first runner-up of the National Red Ribbon Quiz Competition 2025. National Githata Pangthokiba Red Ribbon Quiz Competition October gi tang kutraga mathoi. Chariba chahi asigi Dimapurda Pangthokiba aduda first runner-up tara aba mahiroi Anida memento Lanthokchabagi Tanjadu Loseri. And to do the honor, may I have the honor to request our respected Chief Guest, Commissioner Sir, to present the memento. And we'd like to invite on stage the champion, Ahong Shangbam Mukesh Singh and Ellison Thaudam of Mother's Bride Academy, Bishnupur. Ahong Shangbam Mukesh Singh and Ellison Thaudam of Mother's Bride Academy. They hold the second position in the National Red Ribbon Quiz competition held in Dimapur on 31st October 2025 by Manipur State Ex Control Society. Thank you very much, sir, for doing the honor, and congratulations to both of you for bringing pride to this stud. Congratulations. Ladies and gentlemen, may I now have the honor to invite our respected Shri Somorjit Salam IAS Special Secretary, Health Government of Manipur, to address the gathering.
A very good afternoon to all the people present here. Respected Commissioner, Health and Family Welfare, Shri Sumant Singh IAS, Special Secretary, Srimati K. Zuringla, Director of Health Service, Dr. Hemanta Singh, and the Project Director of MACS, Shri Shamim Ahmad, Shah, all the distinguished invitees, and all the officials, and all the people who are working together to combat this AIDS. My best wishes to you all on this occasion of the World AIDS Day being celebrated all over the world today. AIDS and HIV, as we know, as a common person, as a layman, as we know, is a sort of a virus which infects us and brings us to such a condition that our body immune system is weakened, and then it brings in many other problems for the body. That is what we understand as a common man, as a layman. In fact, the awareness of HIV is very less, as it should have been. In fact, in the beginning, when HIV spread, there was, in the 80s, that's what we remember when we were kids in the 80s, when HIV first started spreading here. None of us have any idea what HIV is. And the disease and the virus spread faster than the awareness. The awareness was slower, and hence the disease took a toll on the lives of the people. So the crucial point which I want to highlight here is the awareness part. Even today, even in today's condition, it is only awareness that is going to prevent the transmission of this disease and further break the chain of transmission. So this is where the crux, where the focus of our efforts should lie. So our efforts should be on breaking, how to break this chain, how to break this transmission chain. So that is the most important thing. Humankind has always, faced lot of pandemics, epidemics, and all sort of challenges to the survival of the human kind itself. We had recently seen COVID, then a few decades back we have seen plague spreading, and some of few decades back, some diseases like cholera wreaked havoc and killed many people. And all this disease, what we have learned and what we have seen is that somewhere there is a resilience of the human kind, of the human society, that helps us to fight against this disease. Cholera is in fact a very minor disease now, if we think from the perspective of today. But at that point of time, cholera was a killer disease and there was no cure for it. Many people died. Then came plague, and plague many people came, many people died. And now in today's world we think that these are preventable diseases. So was HIV. At one point of time, HIV was considered to be a killer kind of disease, which is going to wipe out almost mankind and all that sort of fear we had. But it didn't happen like that. We had the to a level where we can now treat it as just another condition of the body, not a disease. It's like living with a condition. Living with HIV has now become like living with a condition. It's like living with diabetes, or living with hypertension, or living with allergy, or something. You just have, if you have allergy, you have to do the do's and don'ts of preventing allergy. So it's like that. Now we should be more focused on how to manage the condition, and not actually treat it as a disease. We should be we should be treated with suspicion. We should be treated with the stigmas and all that accompanies it. I think more or less the stigma has reduced to quite an extent, but it is still there. People still face the stigma and the discrimination. People who are living with HIV still are facing this condition. So it is the responsibility of all of us to make sure that we wipe out this stigma, wipe out this discrimination, because HIV has it's now, if not curable, it's like controllable and being able to put under reasonable restriction, or whatever to say. So the message today is we have to join together. We have to fight together, be resilient together as a society, as a human group, and then end this condition, end this disease. It is how we always have survived every disease that has inflicted mankind in the past, and even with this disease called HIV, we shall overcome this disease. I hope all of us will join hands together, all of us will resolve to make this HIV no longer a disease but a manageable condition. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, respected Special Secretary, Health Government of Manipur, Shri Somorjit Salam, IAS, for your insightful message. And sir, your emphasis on the importance of awareness as the cornerstone of HIV prevention and response is truly meaningful. Thank you very much, sir. And ladies and gentlemen, we now proceed with the distribution of prizes. First of all, congratulations to all awardees and thank you for your contributions towards strengthening the AIDS response. And now to do the honor, may I have the honor to request our respected guest of honor, Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, IAS, and to escort Madam, would like to request Joyson, Deputy Director, TI, on the dais. Ahmad, Best Performing NGO Implementing TI Rural Service Agency, RUSHA. Representative Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Performing NGO Implementing TI Rural Service Agency, RUSA. Masigi matangda Best Performing NGO Implementing LWS Mitay Leimarol Senai Sang Sem Sadhana Leibinaba Norukcheri. After this, would like to request the LWS Mitay Leimarol Senai Sang representative. Ladies and gentlemen, Best Performing NGO Implementing TI Rural Service Agency, RUSA. Thank you very much. Masigi matangda Best Performing NGO Implementing LWS Mitay Leimarol Sanaisang Lingshin Birak na Banolukjeri. Masigi matangda Best Performing OST Center at the Health Facility Level RIMS Lingshin Birak na Banolukjeri. Now we have on the stage Best Performing NGO Implementing LWS Mitay Leimarol Sanaisang MLSS. Congratulations and thank you so much. Masih matang the Best Performing OST Center at the Health Facility Level, RIMS. Matangi Mari Suba Best Performing OST Center at NGO Level Care Foundation, Imphal East. Same sadhana lebinaba request of Zeri. We have Best Performing OST Center at the Health Facility Level, RIMS. Ladies and gentlemen. After this, we'd like to have Best Performing OST Center at NGO Level Care Foundation, Imphal East. Amadi matangda mga subada Best Performing Satellite OST Center Health for All Organization, HFAO, the representative Same We have on stage Best Performing OST Center at NGO Level Care Foundation, Imphal East. And next, we would like to have the representative of Best Performing Satellite OST Center Health for All Organization. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much, sir, for doing the honor. Mathangi category is in a basic services division. Masigi the Lady Award Singer si Lantopi na bagida magtay kum na jariba thoramgi guest of honor amoina Lingshin Biriba Sri Somorjit Salam Sarbuno Lukchari, and also to escort respected sir would like to request Dr. Dipavali Namirapam, Deputy Director BST. And first would like to request for HIV testing of general clients at Tertiary Care Hospital, Sampurna Suraksha Kendra SSK Reams has done testing of 12,843 HIV tests and 69 HIV cases of HIV detection. Would like to request the Sampurna Suraksha Kendra SSK Reams representatives. Okay, would like to request CMO Imphal East, Madam Dayabati. Imphal West, CMO Imphal West, Madam Dayabati. Thank you very much and congratulations. Next, we have for HIV testing of general clients at district hospitals, ICTC District Hospital Churachandpur has identified 101 cases while testing 2,626 clients with an HIV positivity rate of 4%. Would like to request the team of ICTC District Hospital Churachandpur. Masigi Mathangda Catholic Medical Center team Simsadalibinaba Norujeri. Catholic Medical Center. Masigi Mathangda, we have Catholic Medical Center for HIV testing of general clients at community health centers, other facility. Catholic Medical Center has screened a total of 2,108 clients with 0.5 positivity rate. CMO Imphal East, Madam Indirasu Linkatpiratnaba Norukcheri. Chief Medical Officer, Imphal East, Madam Indira, would like to have your kind presence on the stage, ma'am. Masigi Mathangda Mitei Leimarol Sanai Sangi, Representative Singh Sadhana Lebidaba, Amutang Hana Norukcheri. We have on the stage Catholic Medical Team along with the Chief Medical Officer, Imphal East. Congratulations and thank you so much. Next, we'd like to request for HIV testing of general clients of primary health centers, other facility, Mitei Leimarol Senaisan has the HIV positivity rate of 1.8%. Ladies and gentlemen, Mitei Leimarol Senai Sang. Masigi Matanda PPTCT Thawal Siem Sadhana Lebinaba Narujari. For HIV testing and care of pregnant women and infants, PPT-CT Thawal has screened 1,765 pregnant women for both HIV and syphilis. Mathanda Amukana Sampurna Suraksha Kendra Rimski Representative Singh for at-risk clients of HIV and syphilis, Sampurna Suraksha Kendra SSK Reams has been providing services to 866 at-risk clients till now, and HIV testing for these clients is done regularly. 365 syphilis screenings were also done, out of which 48 were found reactive and are on treatment. Ladies and gentlemen, Sampurna Suraksha Kendra, Regional Institute of Medical Sciences, Imphal. I would like to request CMO Imphal West Madam once again. Masigi Mathanda Designated STI RTI Clinic TSRC Bishopurgi Lincoln Baba Nurujeri. Thank you so much. And next we have, for the sexually transmitted infections, reproductive tract infections services, the designated STI-RTI clinic, DSRC in Bishnupur, has managed a total of 737 cases and treated 619 partners with a syphilis reactivity of 2%. Congratulations. Thank you so much, sir, for doing the honor. Makagi Tarakpa award sing pibi nabagi damakte kai kunajariba nasigi thoramasigi guest of honor amoina Ninchin Biriba Dr. Hemanta Kumar Singh Sabu Nonochiri. And next we have the category for the District Visit Information Division. First we have Nirvana Foundation, targeted intervention for timely data entry of software, strengthening overall care for HIV beneficiaries, SOCH. Targeted intervention TI module during the last 2 quarters at the state level observance of all at State 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, Nirvana Foundation. Escorting respected Sir is Dr. Sanasam Chapiter, Deputy Director, CST. And next we have People's Welfare Association, targeted intervention for timely data entry of software, strengthening overall care for HIV beneficiaries, targeted intervention TI module during the last quarters at the state level observance of all at State 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, People's Welfare Association. Masigi mathangda Dedicated People's Union More same sadhana lebinaba request tausari. We have People's Welfare Association. Would like to request Dedicated People's Union Mori. Targeted intervention for timely data entry of software, strengthening overall care for HIV beneficiaries, targeted intervention TI module during the last 2 quarters at the state level observance of all at State 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, Dedicated People's Union Mori. Thank you, sir, for doing the honor. Thank you. And ladies and gentlemen, may I now have the honor to request our respected Srimati Kengoo Zuringla IAS, Special Secretary, Health and Secretary, Science and Technology, Government of Manipur, to address the gathering.
I pay my due respects to the dignitaries on the dais, the officials of health and family welfare, the staff of MACS, the nursing students, the representatives of NGOs, invitees, the media person, students, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank the organizers for having me in the state level observance of Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response, which is being observed today, the 1st of December 2025. I remember a time in my life in the early 80s when, because of some political unrest, we could not attend regular classes. And so that year, we got promoted to the higher class based on the performance of our weekly tests. After these, I remember there were many dropouts from the schools, mostly among the boys of my contemporary. By late 80s, most of them were already hooked on AIDS. They could not survive without taking the next dose. And by late 90s, their life hung on finding the next dose which they could find. And most of them died in the prime of their lives. Perhaps they got into this habit because of dropouts, because of political unrest, and the society did not understand what was happening around that time. But they were talented boys. They were my friends. And they had talent. They were skilled. They were good musicians. They were good students. But that was how they lost their lives, and their lives were cut short. World AIDS Day is dedicated to raising the awareness of the AIDS pandemic, which is caused by the spread of HIV infection. This has become the most destructive epidemics in our history. Today, the word AIDS is something which every person in Manipur knows. This is being transmitted through the use of injecting equipments, which is being used by the drug users. They share them. However, we also see this epidemic has penetrated into the general population through the sexual route of transmission. Manipur is one of the 3 highest HIV prevalent states, and the government has succeeded in controlling the HIV epidemic among the high-risk group of these people. However, we still have a long way to go to bring about a society which is free from HIV infection among the youth and the children. And our government and our society, we continue to endeavor to ensure that our next generation is free from this infection. To achieve this goal of ending HIV as a public health threat by 2030, the efforts of the government and the related department is not sufficient. It is also the responsibility of the civil organizations, the Maira Paibis, the youth, the students, the family, and every individual of the society to join hands and support the fight against HIV. But most importantly, it is the person, it is you who has to make a choice to resist the abuse of drugs, break the habit, refuse to resort to drugs to dull life's difficult decisions and journeys. Choose friends wisely. We want to encourage you to choose life. No matter what life brings, the person in you is always the stronger, and you have to manifest that. The mind is a wonderful thing. We are capacitated with the ability to make decisions and choices. The decision that will make a difference in your life and the lives of those around you. What you are now and what you can be depends on the choice and the decision that you make. At the end of it all, you matter. May you be one of those who join hands to work together to transform and achieve the goal of ending AIDS by 2030. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, IAS, Special Secretary Health and Secretary Science and Technology, Government of Manipur, for your inspiring thoughts and continued commitment. So ladies and gentlemen, in continuation, now we will have the moment to present mementos to the following ART centers in recognition of their dedicated services. And now to do the honor, may I have the privilege to request our respected Project Director, Shri Shamim Ahmad Shah. And to escort our respected Project Director, would like to request once again Dr. Sanasam Japita, Deputy Director, CST. And first of all, we have ARTC Bishnupur District Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, the representatives of ARTC Bishnupur District Hospital. Recognized by NACU in the National Review Meeting of CST Services under NACP 2025 held in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh for its excellence in ART service delivery. In ART service delivery. Ladies and gentlemen, ARTC Bishnupur District Hospital. Masigi matangda ARTC Jenims team same sadhana lebinaba request tawsari. We have on stage ARTC Bishnupur District Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen. Masigi matangda ARTC Jenims Leishin Biragnaba Narucheri. ARTC Jenims for their excellence in ART service delivery. ARTC that demonstrated good performance in ART service delivery during the National Review Meeting of CST Services under NACP 2025 held in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Masigi matangda ARTC Chandel. Lengshin Birabna Banoluk Cherry. ARTC Chandel. ARTC Chandel for their excellence in ART service delivery. ARTC that demonstrated good performance in ART service delivery during the National Review Meeting of CST Services under NACP 2025 held in Vijayawada, Andhra Pradesh. Ladies and gentlemen, ARTC Chandel. Masigi Matangda Pediatric Center of Excellence, Chenims, Nodal Officer, Professor N. Kameshwar. Lingshin Birabnaba Nalukchari. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Nodal Officer and team. Would like to request Pediatric Center of Excellence team. Also, we have Nodal Officer, Professor N. Kameshwar, and the entire team of Pediatric Center of Excellence, GNIMS, for have demonstrated good performance in ART service delivery during National Review Meetings with Project Director, August 2025. Thank you very much. Masigi matanda Children's Day numita pangthokiba ikai kunajariba sa nahatang stage ta lebiki mamang da lebiki na ba request of seri. Children's Day numita pangthokiba painting competition. Pangthokiba mafamna PCOE Jenims ta hariba competition asi tongan ba age category ani thokna pangthok chakibani amana 11 years to 18 years amana up to 10 years adana ahanbagi category asida makok takrabi Miss Kritina Konjingbam of Chanura Leikol Children Home Lekshibirabnaba Nalukchari. Like to request the winner of the painting competition, Miss Kritina Konjingbam of Chanura Leikol Children Home. Certificate of presenting a cash award of rupees 3,000 and a certificate of appreciation. Masigi matanda second position takrabi Miss Hirom Naubi of Chanura Leikol Children Home. Lingsin Biraknaba Norukchari. Ladies and gentlemen, we have the second position, Miss Hirom Naubi. Rewarding with a cash award of rupees 2,000 and a certificate of appreciation. Masigi matanda Ahum Suba position takrabi Miss Salam Purnima. Links break Narucheri. Third position, Miss Salam Purnima of Chanura Leikol Children Home. Rewarding a cash of rupees 1,000 and a certificate of appreciation. Masigi matanda category up to 10 years kida ahan the position takrabi Miss Samjit Sabam Velinda of Lamding Makhalikai. Miss Velinda Gi Apopina, Miss Velinda represent Torga Hariba Award to Silobi, a cash reward of rupees 3,000 and a certificate of appreciation. Masigi matanda second position takrabi Thaudam Sylvia of Tabitha Home. Linksenberg Naba Narukcheri. Miss Thaudam Sylvia of Tabitha Home. Category 10 up to 10 years ki second position takrabi Miss Thaudam Sylvia. Congratulations, Mathangda Ahum Suba takrabi Miss Sontim Khaleng of Tabitha Home. Ladies and gentlemen. Third position, Miss Sontim Khaleng of Tabitha Home. A cash award of rupees 1,000 and a certificate of appreciation. Thank you so much, sir, for doing the honor. Hariba category, ani magsigi, tongan ba, consolation prizes, tara thamjari, hariba consolation prizes, adu PCOE Jenims tagi, lawi namagi damak tamayagma from the Ningsingjari. So ladies and gentlemen, after all the presentations of the awards, yes, once again a very big congratulations to all the award winners, and we wish more efforts and support from you all in the future. Thank you so much. So in continuation, may I have the honor to invite our respected chief guest, Shri Sumant Singh, IAS, Commissioner Health and Family Welfare, Government of Manipur, and President MACS to kindly deliver the address.
Good afternoon, everybody. Srimati Kengoo Zuringla, IAS, Secretary to the Government and Special Secretary in Health Department. Shri Somorjit Salam, Special Secretary Health. Dr. Hemanta Kumar, Director Health Services. Shri Shamim Shah, Project Director, Manipur AIDS Control Society. Dr. Usha, Director Jenims. Dr. Dinesh, State Mission Director, NHM. Other senior officers, professors, doctors, nurses, medical practitioners, students, health administrators, ASHA workers, partner NGO office bearers, all the awardees, and media persons. Before I came here, I was attending another program that was on the Silver Jubilee 25 years of PMJSY, Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana. Then I was sharing the dais with Chief Secretary Sir, and I told him that, sir, I have to, after this program, I have to go and attend World AIDS Day program. He said, oh yes, that is your 95, 95, 95. So, Dr. Jupiter, Dr. Deepavali and Dr. Teresa, they have good job in at least, conveying this, the idea of 95, 95. He remembered that 95, 95, 95. And I think that is one of your key challenges also right now to achieve that. One of the 95 we are faring very badly, one of them we are doing very well. We have gathered here today on World AIDS Day under the theme Overcoming Disruption, Transforming the AIDS Response. The changing situation of HIV and AIDS epidemic calls for improved treatment and care services. Legal issues have come up as an important area of HIV control. In line with the changing trend, HIV/AIDS Prevention and Control Act has been enacted in the country. The state rules for HIV/AIDS control have been formulated and ombudsmen have also been appointed. I hope the Act will empower people living with HIV and protect them from any kind of stigma, discrimination, and also in ending the inequalities. the girl here who came and shared her experience, that's quite remarkable thing, and she's a courageous girl, and we hope that people out there get a message from this. And as our Special Secretary Health has very insightfully brought out, it is more like a condition now, like diabetes or hypertension, which are practically not curable but which needs to be managed. In that sense, life itself is such a thing which needs to be managed. Prevention is undeniably crucial. Will remain ineffective. Let us join hands and work together to achieve the goal of ending AIDS by 2030. We have come a long way, as was also brought out by our PD MACS, Dr. Shamim Shah, who brought out how the total incidence rate and how the overall infection rate has drastically come down. We are actually very close to something called total elimination, and we are working. That's where I was mentioning this 95, 95, 95, these 395s are to be achieved by concerted effort with the help of all of us and all the stakeholders. With these few words, I close my remarks. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, respected Chief Guest of today's function, Shri Singh, IAS, Commissioner, Health and Family Welfare, Government of Manipur, and President, Manipur State AIDS Control Society, for your guiding vision and for leading the state's health initiatives with such clarity and commitment. So, ladies and gentlemen, we will now move on to the cultural segment of today's observance. So, I would like to request all our respected dignitaries on the dais to be seated in the front row.